If you're looking to purchase an electronic device in the future, you may want to do it soon. Prices are on the rise thanks to AI.
The AI tax on hardware isn't the only reason why hardware is currently expensive.
Apple has raised the prices of almost all their products by $100, $200 or more.
Memory companies might be screwing us through price fixing as well.
The issues are real. But you might ask, what is causing this? How long will it last? Is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Your phone is getting more expensive every few months with not a lot of innovation. You're getting the same phone as last year, sometimes with less memory, but it costs more. Isn't that a little weird? Let's talk about it, because the reason has almost nothing to do with your phone. 3 companies make almost all the memory chips in the world: Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. About 90% of it. Memory is in everything. Your phone, your laptop, every server on the internet, and even your car. Earlier this year, the price of that memory nearly doubled in 3 months. That has never happened before. So if you went phone shopping this year, looking for something under $400, yeah, good luck with that one. Quick thing first, because 2 words are about to come up a lot. Think of your phone like a desk. DRAM is the desktop. It's the space you actually work on. Open apps, the tab you're reading, the game you're playing. Bigger desk, more stuff open at once, less reloading. NAND is the drawer. That's where everything lives when you're not using it. Photos, apps, that one video you'll never watch again. Every device you own has both. Every server has both. And the same 3 companies make both. Both got hit. The drawer went up more than half. In the same 3 months, the desk nearly doubled. So what happened? The companies told us in their own reports. Nobody had to secretly leak anything. They're moving production toward AI. Server memory pays better, so server memory gets built first. Phone memory gets built after. What does that mean? They sell to whoever pays the most. That's not you. That was never going to be you. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that just supply and demand? Data centers want memory. They pay more. Companies sell to them. That's how markets work. That's how markets are supposed to work. Fair. But that only explains why the price went up. It doesn't explain who got stuck with it and who got protected. Because somebody did get protected. It wasn't you. Here's what happened. There's a special kind of memory built just for AI chips. It's called HBM. Normal memory sits flat on a board. HBM is stacked layer on layer, wired straight into the chip so nothing sits around waiting. It's the difference between a hallway and a highway. And it sells for 4 to 5 times what normal memory sells for. 4 to 5 times. Off the same factories that could be making your phone's memory. Same buildings, same machines, different customer. To understand why they went for it, you have to go back a couple years. 2023. Everybody suddenly wants AI. Every big tech company is announcing a data center, and the chip companies are sitting there watching it happen, having to make a call. Because the memory factory is not a light switch. You don't flip it on Monday and change your mind by Friday. These places cost billions and take years to build. Whatever you decide to make in there, you're basically married to it. So they looked at AI memory selling for 4 or 5 times more. They looked at the build out and they made the obvious bet. Build for AI. It was a good capitalistic bet. But here's the weird part. Micron's CEO told investors this year that regular memory is actually the more profitable one right now. Not the AI stuff, the boring stuff, the stuff in your phone. So they chose the higher margin, just not today's margin. That call got made back in 2023, 24, 25. And factories don't turn around fast, which means your phone costs more today because of a decision made 2 years ago about somebody else's chips. Okay, now you might be asking why not just build more factories? They are. We'll get to that. But that's the whole trap with this industry. The fix for a shortage today is a building that opens years from now. And to start that building, you have to guess what the world wants on the day it opens. Guess wrong, and you've burned billions on the wrong chip. So these companies move carefully, which is smart for them and slow for you. To be fair, both of them say nobody's getting squeezed. Micron says it's managing its product mix around AI demand. Samsung says it's keeping things balanced. Basically, they sell AI memory first. Phone chips gets the leftovers. Now, the part almost nobody covered. The big cloud companies signed long contracts years ago, locked their prices in before any of this started, so they're shielded from the worst of it. Everybody else isn't. TrendForce said it plainly. The increases move on to the customers without those contracts. Sit with that for a second. The companies buying the most memory, the ones actually creating the crunch, are the ones still paying the old price. And the company making a $200 phone with no contract and no leverage pays the new one. The people who started the fire got the fire insurance. Which brings us back to that phone. Memory is now almost 60% of what it costs to build a cheap phone. On the really cheap ones, more. And that number roughly doubled in 6 months. 60%. The one part nobody puts on the box is now most of the phone. But phone makers can't just raise the price. Nobody shopping at $200 is suddenly fine with $300. So they cut the phone instead. Same model, same price, less inside, 8 gigs of memory where there used to be 12, half the storage. And you feel that. Not on day one. Day one, it's fine. You feel it a year in. When apps reload every single time you switch between them, when the camera hesitates, when you're deleting photos just to install something. That's not your phone getting old. That's your phone getting built smaller. And a lot of the cheap ones are just disappearing off shelves entirely. Here's who that actually lands on. Most phones sold on Earth are not flagships. They're the cheap ones. First phones, backup phones, kids' phones, parents' phones. In a lot of the world, that cheap phone is the only computer in the house. This didn't land on people upgrading for fun. It landed hardest on the people with the least room to absorb it. Meanwhile, the chip makers are telling investors this isn't over. SK Hynix's CEO said demand will run ahead of their supply even past 2030. Samsung said don't expect much new supply through 28. Neither one is promising cheaper. Not next quarter, not next year. Even the top isn't pretending it's normal. The chairman of SK Group called these prices abnormal, out loud, at a conference. That's a guy on the winning side of this, saying it looks wrong. And yes, they are building hundreds of billions of dollars. Korea wants to double its memory production. That's real money and real supply. It's also years away. It does nothing for the phone you buy this month. One more thing, and I want to be careful about how I say it. In June, a group of consumers and small businesses sued all 3 companies in federal court. They claim the companies coordinated to keep normal memory scarce and used AI as the cover story. That's a claim, not a verdict. Nobody has been found guilty of anything, and the companies haven't even filed a response yet. What isn't in question is the setup underneath it. 3 companies, 90% of the market. They decide where the chips go. So what do you actually do about this? Honestly, not much, but a few things. If you were already planning to buy the storage now. You can't add it later, and it's not getting cheaper on the timeline you were hoping for. Last year's model is a better deal than it looks because it was built and priced before this hit. And used is worth a real look this year. Not because used got better, because new got worse. Nobody made these companies do this. It's legal. It's a business decision made over and over, and it left normal people holding a worse phone for more money. That's what happens when 3 companies get to pick who stands at the front of the line and who waits.